So guys, welcome back, and we are getting attacked by a little wolf. We were. But that shield is pretty beast. Of course, these are only level 5 and 6s. They're not even giving me experience. Shame. But my friend, when she leveled her Blood Elf Paladin, the one I talked about in the Zyger Guide review, that Paladin was actually leveled as a Prot Paladin all the way to level 85. They were not Retribution until they started Mists of Pandaria, actually. So it's a very good spec for leveling. I think they ran a little bit here and there of, doing Retribution, but really they were Prot all the way because you can pull really big groups, especially when you start getting more mana. You can pull these big groups, get them together, and the shield will just start tearing them apart. And, really every time you throw at a point you get to it, that every time you throw the shield, it'll tear 3 enemies apart. Especially when you get the AoE and you're adding that into it, it'll just like every 15 seconds that you throw that shield, bam, 3 targets get torn apart. And really 15 seconds isn't that much. It is when you're on a timestamp like we are of 15 minutes, and this is probably, as long as I keep it going, going to be quite a long series. But really, for an ability, 15 seconds, when it hits 3 targets and does that much damage, 15-second cooldown isn't that much. So, we're going to look for a rare here that I was talking about earlier. He's a bit larger than the rest. I don't think he's going to have a red name for the bandana quest, the armband quest. He's not over here. I'm not going to take on these groups if I don't have to. I'll probably finish up the armbands on the way back. Ah, there he is. He just died. Rogues. I'll let you people know, I hate rogues. I just hate them. They are so cheap. I mean, what kind of class is fun to play where the entire point of the quest, the entire point of the playing a class in PvP is don't let the other person do anything. It's pretty much don't let the other person play the game and you win. I mean, people have been saying that rogues are really weak lately, and they're saying, oh, it's a rush, it's such a rush, that you have to do everything perfect. No, it's literally, if you let them out of stunlock, you lose. I mean, you just stunlock them the whole time. If they get out of stunlock, I hear, everything has a good chance of killing you. It's pretty pathetic. If you ask me, I'm not going to judge people who play rogues. I'm not going to say they're bad people or that they're cheap, or that anything like that. I don't have anything against people that play rogues. It's the rogue class itself that I have a problem with. So, don't act as if I'm judging you. It's the class. So, now we gotta wait for this, because rogue got in the way. Apparently phased out. Or he probably stealthed. I don't know how long the respawn will take. I'm gonna stop the video here for now, and I'll see you in that next part. So, I'll see you guys in just a minute. Alright, and we are back with Hogger. It took a minute or two for him to spawn, but he's here. And as far as I know, this can actually be a rather difficult fight for new players. I mean, he has, wow, 1,332 health? That's actually kind of ridiculous considering he spawned some little guys to help him. I think he used to have 666 HP, and he was even then a problem. He was hard to deal with. And people just didn't... new players, if you didn't have heirlooms, you really had to have a group if you were certain classes. If you couldn't heal yourself, and even then you would have trouble, you just have to get a group. And now he's, well, I think doubled? Ah, dang. 1,362, is that what I said? I don't know. He's pretty close to doubled his health now. But attacks do more damage now. People can take bigger hits. They have more health. I have 1,050 health at whatever level I am. Level 11. That's actually pretty good, I think. You know, Twinks in... this is just... I mean, keep in mind, like I say, this is just my understanding of what Battlegrounds used to be like. I did play back then, but I don't remember it completely. But for what I remember, at level 19, everyone strived, if they didn't have the Arena Master trinkets, they kind of strived to have about 1,000 health. That was a good amount back then. And now you can see warriors and paladins running around in protection spec with 1,600 health at level 14. You know, it's getting a little ridiculous. Oh, 654. Nice hit. But anyways, yeah, it's getting a little ridiculous with Battlegrounds. The new players are being pushed more and more out of Battlegrounds. You know, it's more and more so just pointless to go into a Battleground if you're not a new player. I mean, I'm contributing to it, I know, but it's really just how I have to play the game. Otherwise, I just get torn up in there. You know, I have all these heirlooms, and I'm going to be running in there probably against people that don't have any heirlooms, and I'll probably be tearing those people apart. That's the only way I can put it, really. I'm going to be tearing them up. And there's nothing I can do about it, you know? I mean, people come in, they've started to be able to take hits better and deal a little more damage, but really, unless you're a hunter against a warrior or, you know, a really good class to take on another class, there's really no class that's good for taking on a prop paladin. But what I'm trying to say is, you're doomed. If you're a new player, Blizzard has succeeded in making it pointless for you to go into a battleground. It's gotten to the point where even if you are level 14 with the good gear that you can get, you know, if you go in, I don't think you can get any real dungeon gear at that level, but if you go through, get the best gear you can for a level 14 that isn't heirloom gear, and you go in, there's still a good chance that you're going to get picked on, you know, like, oh, this guy's going to die so quick and all that stuff. You know, because, like I said, Blizzard has succeeded in pushing new players away from Battlegrounds. You know, if you go into a new Battleground as a player, you're doomed. You're not going to be able to do anything in there. You're not going to be able to hurt anyone. If you're a healer, you're going to be the primary target, and I've seen it. You can't even heal those people. You can't even heal people that don't have heirlooms through damage if they get focused by one or two people. Rogues can jump out and easily one-shot, two-shot these people without heirlooms. So, you know, I mean, why, Blizzard? You wanted this to be good for new people playing the game. You wanted to give them early access. I mean, that's what I was hearing. You wanted to give people easily early access to abilities. That's why they did the special abilities at level 10 and stuff. So, why is it that they keep adding these abilities? I mean, why can't they make, if you have heirlooms, you go into a certain bracket? I mean, maybe not if you have one heirloom, but maybe different brackets. If you have a full set of heirlooms, put them in a different bracket, because, I mean, I know a lot of people, they don't want to play Battlegrounds. Because every time they go in, and I don't mean this to insult them, but they're worthless. They go in, and there's no point to them being in there. You know, they can't kill anyone. They can't keep anyone alive as a healer, and they die in like 2 seconds. They grab the flag, they're doomed. The only time I've ever seen anyone do any good without having a full set of heirlooms in a battleground really is a prop paladin. And I know I keep saying that prop paladin is really overpowered. In my opinion, they are. They're really powerful, especially at these low levels. And it's really hard to take one out even in world PvP. My friend had a few fights along the way of people that were flagged. She'd attack them, and you can't beat something that's taking like almost no damage, can heal themselves for a really good amount, and at the same time, you know, they're dishing out a really good amount of damage. So if you don't have heirlooms, you know, you can't really experience the battlegrounds to their full potential. I mean, you can go on defense, and that's about it. And even then, you're not able to contribute as much as you could if you had heirlooms. In fact, you're able to contribute so little that, like I said, Blizzard has succeeded in making it useless for new players without heirlooms to go into Battlegrounds. Unless you're a really good player playing a good class, there's nothing you can do. And, I mean, that's my opinion. I know some people share it. Not all may. Don't get on to me if your opinion is different, you know. So, back to the task at hand. I'm gonna finish up these 2 quests, and I hope that will be able to end this episode. And then I'm gonna jump straight to filming the Battlegrounds. I'm gonna do the Warsong Gulch runs first. Well, I'm gonna make a prep video. It's just gonna be a minor episode. I'm gonna fly to Stormwind, and I'm gonna show you the gear, not gear, but the things that I get. Usually, it's been quite a while actually since I've done anything in a battleground at these levels, but I'm gonna show you the general things that you should get. I'm gonna look through, see if there's anything good, get some better gear, you know, some rings, a necklace maybe, and I am just having horrible luck here. I had like I tried to bribe 3 guys and they attacked me. It's taking forever for these things to drop. I mean, usually these things will drop pretty quickly for me. Yeah, this is getting actually slightly ridiculous. There we go. Okay. Now we're on our way back. So, okay, that part's done. Back to what I was saying. I am going to try... I'm going to do those 4 battleground videos. And straight up from after this episode, I'm going to have a minor episode, and it's going to be all about preparation for level 10 to 14 battleground. You know, the potions you should get, items you should have, and you gotta remember, this is going to be running as an heirloom run, so I remember a while back, my friend had a prop paladin. They ran into a battleground. They got quite a few. They were getting quite a few kills and were able to not die a single time. They did, I think, 7 battlegrounds on their paladin. 7, and their deaths was 0 at that point. At level 19, they did like I think 5 battlegrounds at level 10 to 14, and 3 or so at level 15 to 19 bracket. You know, from there, that was it. They had 0 deaths. I gotta say, that it impressed me, at the very least. So, I think this is nearing the end of our episode. Not quite there yet. I'm gonna try to take it up to the end. And, clear my throat there. I'm going to try to take it right up to the end, get up here to this flight path, and just the last thing I'm going to do is go turn in the wanted Hogger. Like I promised, we took out Hogger. And from there, I'm going to do the preparation. And I don't know if there's going to be any helpful tips. I don't know if it's actually going to, if you'll consider it a guide, as much as I'm really just going to show you what I do for prepping for battlegrounds. We'll turn this quest in, might as well. We're level 13. And yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you in the next episode, starting out in Goldshire. We're going to turn in the quest, head up to Stormwind, and I'll show you how I prepare for a battleground. So, please like, subscribe, comment on anything that you want to see. I don't have to be doing this character. As well, later I'm going to be starting up some videos for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and maybe even some Minecraft videos, I hope. So, see you next time, guys. I hope you're enjoying this. Bye-bye.